this subject has been intriguing me for quite some time. Uh, and I guess it started really bothering me about a year and a half ago when somebody called and said, we want to pay you to be an influencer in GovCon. We'll write articles for you, and all you have to do is post them, and we'll pay you X number of $1,000 for each of the 3 posts we want to do. And I had no clue who this guy was, never heard of the company. And I said, well, I don't think I'm an influencer, so I'll pass. But I thought about it for a while, and I've been getting calls from people for over 30 years about, should we sponsor this event? Should we advertise here? What do you think about this? So I know I've influenced a lot of people in the market, but I don't know. There's a lot of questions around influencers. What is the role? And do you have your own here? So here's the generic definition for somebody who's an influencer outside of our market. And generally, it's predicated on a large social media following. So in our market, I believe, and this is all, just my thoughts, so I'm really looking forward to the conversation after. I think there are influencers in hundreds of niches in our market, and they aren't visible to the overall market. So there's no single influencer in our little universe. I think each niche has key people standing out, subject matter experts, influencers, or thought leaders. And I do believe there's a difference between the 3. But from my perspective, each offers a why factor as to why they influence this niche. They're embedded in the niche. They have the skills and knowledge required. They have the experience. They have the relationships. So it's not tangential. When Shaquille O'Neal says I should buy an Epson printer because I can pour ink, I'm thinking I'm a shitty aim. That's going to be on my lap. So no. So key elements. Number 1, experience. In this market, to influence anybody, you need to have direct experience in whatever niche you serve. And I would posit that all influencers, not all influencers, are aware that they are influencers. You just never, you never know. There are certainly those who do and who flout it or exercise it. But I do believe there's a lot of people who influence who don't know that they have a bat to swing. So knowledge, I probably already intimated this, but like subject matter experts, influencers need to be students of their market. They need to stay current, and they need to comment along the way. This is why people are going to listen to them when they say, I think this, that, or the other. Janet just posted, for instance, a great article on AI. Did you just publish that this morning, Janet?
I did. It's on budgeting and AI. So,
Okay. So it ties in to what we do collectively as marketers. And it's a great read. I got through the first 3 paragraphs before we came on here. But it's really good. So knowledge, engagement. Subject matter experts can be really knowledgeable, but they don't necessarily engage. Okay, so contributing to the collective knowledge base through, associations, writing, speaking, social selling, whatever. But you've got to engage. So you're starting to create a certain level of visibility. You can't influence if you're not visible. So key elements: visibility, credibility, likability, positive attitude minus the ego. I don't know about you, but I know people who could be influencers, but they annoy the hell out of me because their ego keeps stepping on my toes. And I have been guilty of that in the past. I hope I'm no longer guilty of that. But there's a couple other key elements here. There's the trust factor. And that's developed by being part of the niche, openly sharing opinions, and being consistent. Consistency doesn't mean holding on to the same opinions. It means evolving and commenting when the market changes. Hell, I've even changed my mind a couple of times. I'm not sure why, because I'm always right. Ask my, never mind. So transparency. We know outside influencers often get compensated. Inside GovCon, I think if influencers are compensated, they should say so. It doesn't necessarily diminish that influence, but be clear about it. And not all influencers are going to be thought leaders. So I am tiering this. And if you haven't seen it, I just published my second article on this today, and I will post a link when we're done here. So, so very, very brief presentation, eh? So your thoughts and who influences you?